My name is Thomas O'Regan and I'm a professional property investor. Today I just wanted to talk about the differences between investing in property versus investing in shares. Now, there's a lot of people out there that like investing in shares, and I'm going to assume that they like investing in shares because when they started investing, they had a small amount of capital to invest, and then through their investing in shares, they had a little bit of success. But I really believe that once most people see the absolute benefits of investing in property, they will not turn back. For one, and I'm just going to go over this one point and drill it in hard. Right now, the difference between shares and property is leverage. Leverage is amazing. Let me explain to you the benefits of leverage when it comes to building a property portfolio. So if you are investing in stocks, maybe you're getting a pretty good return. It could be like a 10% return or maybe even a 15% return. So if you put in $100,000, that means that you would be, when you're getting your return, it would be around $10,000 or $15,000 if you were getting it in between a 10 and a 15% return on $100,000. Now, if you're getting a 10 or 15% return in property, which is possible, but it's not it's not as common. Obviously, it's quite difficult to get that sort of return. But let's go and just talk about a completely normal return. And when I say normal return, I mean a return that is what over 90% of the properties out in the marketplace are getting here in Australia, and that's a 5% return. Most people, everyday investors, are just aiming for something like a 7% return, and again, over 90% of properties are actually getting higher than a 6.6% return per year. But what does a 6.6% return actually mean for you when it comes to leverage? Okay, so if you're using the same $100,000 that you would have used in the stock market to invest in property, you could probably get a property that's worth $1 million. You use a 10% deposit and you buy a $1 million property. Now, if you're getting a 5% return on $1 million property, that is $50,000. Okay, so each year your property is going up by $50,000 compounding, meaning each year is still going up by 50,000. Sorry, it's still going up by 5%, but the amount is increasing because the value of the asset base is increasing. So that compounding is going to blow, the compounding of a property portfolio is going to blow stocks out of the water every day. Now, again, I hope you guys noticed that I said use the same $100,000 to buy a property, and you're getting $50,000 on a poorly performing property versus in the stock market getting a 10 to 15% return, and that's only getting you $10 to $15,000 from the same money. I hope you guys are following here, right? So you can obviously see how getting a 10 to 15% return per year is far less than a 50% return on a poorly performing property. Okay, so that's the benefit number one. Now, what happens when you take out the profit or you get a profit from, and I'm not a stock guy, so this is just me assuming, but I'm pretty confident that when you make money and you withdraw on that money for reinvesting in the stock market, you take that 10 to 15% profit you made, that $10 to $15,000 of profit, and you invest it in another stock. I'm pretty sure you have to pay tax on that. But the thing about the property is the property that you've had $50,000 of growth, you don't have to pay tax on that. If you're reinvesting it back into properties, you do not pay tax on that. So generally, the tax rate is anywhere between 30%. It's just around 30%. So that's a large chunk of money that you're having to say goodbye to if you invest in the stock market, opposed to if you're making more money investing into property, and not only are you making more money, but you're making more tax-free money. So that's just two reasons, and I could go on all day why it's better to invest in property, why we make more money, but I'll stop it there. And good luck investing, guys. Bye.